Shineway Technologies Intelligent Optical Power Meter, model OPM50.
A power meter that can be used in all fiber optic network scenario such as point-to-point fiber link and passive optic network testing. Using a Shineway Tech SLS50 stabilized light source, OPM50 can identify automatically the wavelengths transmitted by SLS50, which reduces testing workload and avoid potential error. OPM can receive the power parameters of digital encrypted signals transmitted from SLS50 as reference for precise link loss measurement, even the two units are far apart. Internal clock enables OPM50 to save the test data with the time and editable fiber number. Specifications of OPM50. It can measure calibrated wavelengths of 850 and 1300 nanometer for multimode fibers, 1310, 1490, 1550, and 1625 for single-mode fibers. It is using indium gallium arsenide detector. It can identify modulated optical signals of 270 Hz, 1 kHz, and 2 kHz. And if SLS50 is used as optical light source, it will automatically identify the wavelength being transmitted. OPM50 can display power in watts, milliwatts, dBm, and dB. It has a resolution of 0.01 dB. It can store measured results up to 1000 records. USB cable is used to charge the battery and also used to upload data to PC. OPM can be used in different fiber connector such as FC and SC. OPM50 has a lithium battery which can be used for 70 hours and can be charged using an AC adapter. It has also auto-off functions which will turn off after 5 minutes. Operating temperature is 0 to 50 degrees centigrade, and the storage temperature is -20 degrees to 70 degrees centigrade. OPM50 operate on a relative humidity of 0 to 95% non-condensing. It weighs around 315 grams. It has a dimension of 177 mm by 80 mm by 44 mm. The standard package includes equipment, lithium battery, AC adapter, USB cable, OPM data analysis software in CD, soft carrying case, warranty card, CE certificate, certificate of calibration, and user manual. OPM50 has two variants, OPM50A and OPM50B. OPM50A has a power range of -70 to +10 dBm and has an accuracy of ±5% ±0.01 nanowatt. The other variant, OPM50B, has a power range of -50 to +27 dB and has an accuracy of ±5% ±1 nanowatt. Here are the functions of the OPM50 keypads. The orange button is to turn on and turn off the equipment. If working in dark test sites, you can turn on the LED backlight to see the display clearly. The left and the right arrow keys is used to select the function like contrast, zero, reference, store, recall, delete, set time, load default, language, and auto-off. The enter key is pressed to confirm selection of function. In settings mode like date and time setting and changing the reference value, the up and down keys are used to increase or decrease the value. In contrast mode, up and down arrow are also used to set the contrast of the equipment display. The next or tab key is pressed to change the position of the cursor. The wavelength key is pressed to change the wavelength settings of the OPM50 to be measured. In measurement mode, the up arrow is pressed to change the power units from dB to milliwatts. In reference mode, the down arrow is pressed to zero out or reference the OPM50 to a stabilized light source. The OPM50 load default function is used to upload the test results stored in the equipment to a PC using OPM application system software. To disable auto-off, press Enter key in the auto-off mode. In contrast mode, press the up and down arrow to adjust display screen contrast. Zero function is used to calibrate the sensor. Cover first the connector port before performing zero calibration. Light source and power meter referencing is a must before doing optical link testing. This is the typical setup wherein the stabilized light source has its own reference patch cord and the optical power meter has its own reference patch cord. To enable the auto-wavelength identification function of OPM50, it is recommended to use SLS50 as stabilized light source. If other SLS equipment brand is used, OPM50 can still be used, but you have to manually change the wavelength setting every time the SLS changes its output wavelength. The stabilized light source and the optical power meter should be referenced on all wavelengths to be used in measuring the optical link. For example, set the SLS wavelength output to 1310 nanometer and the OPM wavelength to be measured to 1310 nanometer, and then press the set reference to zero out the value. Use again the same procedure in referencing the 1490 nanometer wavelength. Do again the same procedure using the 1550 nanometer wavelength. After referencing, you can now go out to the test site for measurement, but do not disconnect the patch cord on the equipment. This is the typical setup for optical link testing. After every test, use the store function to save the test result in the equipment. The recall function is used if you want to review the test results you have made. If you want to erase the file stored in OPM50, use the delete function. But before doing that, please back up all the test results in your PC via OPM data analysis software using the USB cable. We hope that this video will help you in your fiber optic testing using OPM50. Thank you and have a nice day.